Hi guys, Penny Rose Journals, how you doing? Okay, we are here today with some things that were sent to me. These were sent to me by the lovely Bonnie at Bonnie and Clive. Yeah, thanks Bonnie. What am I supposed to do with these? I pulled these out the other day. Bonnie sent them to me quite some time ago. And yeah, I just sort of stashed them away thinking I'll get to them eventually, and well, today's the day. So I pulled some out earlier and sort of looked at them and went, oh, word, what am I going to do with these? So um, yeah, I came up with one idea for now. I did try putting them over a piece of vellum and sort of sandwiching it between, and yeah, that was interesting and all the rest of it, but I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do with that. Even it's great, I've got a little piece of paper with windows in it. But I'm not sure why. So I thought, well, what can I do with them other than sort of, doing something you can see through. So yeah, I went scrounging around. I thought, oh, look, it's time to use some things that, are just sitting there not getting used. So I found some sort of weird card. This sort of card stuff. The brighter yellow ones have got little bits of gold in it, almost like little bits of tinsel, which is a bit weird. And they're quite soft. It's thick sort of paper. It's quite soft. It's difficult to tear. It's difficult to cut. My paper cutter won't cut it very well. So I will use a knife to cut it. But yeah, it's weird stuff. I don't know where it came from. So I thought, well, I'm sure this is a match made in heaven. Two weird things. Let's make something out of them. So let's just make something out of them. Okay, well, if you're wondering what these pages are, it seems Bonnie has a paper punch, that will punch out a large and a very, very small label sort of shape. So what she's done is basically folded these pages in half and chomped a couple of labels out of them. So if you fold the papers in half, the windows line up, which I thought, would be great. I'll put a piece of vellum in them or something, and you can see through them, make like a slide out of them or something. But I wasn't really sure where to go with that, so I actually scrapped that idea. And what I've decided to do is just make little booklets with this very soft card, and I will use these odd little pages to cover the front and back of these booklets and just provide some windows. And it'll also break up this very bright yellow and these weird little bits of gold tinsel that it contains and turn it into something a bit different. So that's where we're going to go with it. And we'll do something with the little windows to make it interesting, I guess. I'm just trying to use them. I have no idea what this is going to turn out like, so yeah, we'll just go with it. Now I'm just going to trim the edges of this just to make sure that it's all sort of even, there's no overhang. And then I'm going to get a set of stamps out that I have some very small stamps in, and just stamp inside these little windows. Just nothing, there's no theme, there's nothing going on. I just wanted to put a little stamp in each one of them to just lend some interest to it. Something I find with this particular stamp pad is that it doesn't dry. It takes forever for this ink to dry. So I do make another one of these off camera, and I have a really old stays on ink pad. It dries super quick, but unfortunately the stamping isn't very dark. So I pulled that out and did some stamping on that one with the stays on ink, and just to show you what it looks like if you stamp in all the holes, because for these two I'm just going to stamp the one side. I won't be stamping the inside of these little books because the outside was just taking way too long to dry. So yeah, we'll stamp these two and I will show you the other one. And I do end up putting just a couple of little book pages in there and stapling them just to make it a bit useful. It's a little notebook, but yeah, I think they turn out okay. Really, I just didn't know what to do with any of this stuff. So I just bunged it all together and hoped for the best, and actually I don't think they turn out too badly. So you could definitely theme them more closely. I mean, this was one stamp set, but it's all a bit higgledy-piggledy. There's insects and numbers and, I don't know, all sorts of things. So yeah, there's no real theme to them, but you could definitely theme them a bit more closely. And I also ink the last one that I use the stays on, and yeah, I think I like that. It scrunches it up that little bit, takes that sort of freshness off of it that it currently has. So anyway, let's just get on with the stamping. I'll stop talking. We'll just do it. ugh, I'm so inky. I really don't like this ink pad. Anyway, let's find a couple of little pages we can staple into one of these, and I will end up stamping the inside of these at a later date, but I don't show you that. We'll get these stapled in, and then I'll show you the one that I did with the stays on ink, just so that you can see what it's like when it's stamped both back, front and inside covers as well. And yeah, and also inked around. Yeah, I do use some distress ink around that one, so you can see what it looks like as a finished product, I guess. So yeah, like I said, I'm sure there's lots of things you could do with these little cutouts that Bonnie has sent me, and I'm sure you will see them turn up here, there and everywhere, and I will use more of them in the future when I have some idea of what I want to do with them, because yeah, they're a bit interesting. And this is the one where I've finished stamping and got the pages in, and I've also inked around it. So yeah, I actually quite like this. I think it's kind of interesting. Yeah, it's a good way to use up two things that I didn't know what I was going to do with. So yeah, thanks Bonnie. Anyway guys, thanks for spending your time with me today. I appreciate your company, as I always do. Have yourselves a great day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.